what happens to enzyme activity when the temperature increases from 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius? No, rate of reaction or the rate of enzyme activity would increase. Let's answer. Let's answer. Answer number one. That is mostly if you're talking about like generally we talk about the human body in your syllabus. So that would be around 37. Okay, 37 to 40 would be like the maximum one, the optimum temperature. Okay. Okay, let's answer this one according to our 6 mark. So your point number one would be, so I'm telling you for the first part from 25 to 35 degrees Celsius. When the temperature increases, what increases? The kinetic energy increases, right? Good. The particles collide. What will happen next? Good. Now here you have to word effective. Here we have to use word effective. Okay, due to frequent effective collisions, the rate of reaction would increase. Okay, your rate of enzyme activity would increase. You there? Okay, this is your 3 mark question. Okay, the first one. Okay, now the other 3 marks. Now we would say there comes a point, there is a temperature at which enzyme activity is maximum. Let's give an example of humans. For humans, it is beyond this temperature. Now we comes to point. Beyond this temperature, the collisions become so uh, much that the molecules or the particles are no longer held together. Okay, beyond optimum temperature, the molecules or the particles won't be able to held together due to increased kinetic energy. Okay, or you can also say the frequency of collisions becomes so high that the particles start to move away from each other or the bonding may break. Okay, bonding may break means the structure of enzyme would be disturbed. This is called as denaturation. Okay, we have to use the word denaturation, natured. The structure enzyme would be denatured. There is loss of active site, and if there is no active site means substrate is no longer going to be attached with the enzyme, so no chemical reaction take place. Substrate can no longer bind to an active site, so no chemical reaction take place. Now, okay, and this is how you are going to explain the temperature fully. Okay, now the question won't always be like this. You would be given a graph most of the time. You have to explain the graph. Now you have to use these same points. You can change the temperature. If the optimum temperature is different in the graph, you can change the temperature. Okay, but the explanation would be like this. Whenever there is a question related to explanation, you have to give explanation like this. Okay, if it's description, what are you going to write? Describe the graph. Yeah, this one is explanation. temperatures, all the readings for enzyme activity, whatever with units. Okay, this one is very important. You have to mention units, otherwise marks won't be given. Okay, are you done with this one? Okay, let's move to the next. Okay, how could the graph could be? Let me just copy it. Um, okay, okay, it would be like this. So you might have learned this graph in chemistry as well. Where okay, now the question is how does enzyme increases the speed of reaction? How does it do? By lowering the activation energy. Okay, let's write this as well. How does an enzyme increases the rate of reaction? Rate of reaction. So our answer would be by lowering. So this was also a part of your past paper. One of the question was based on it. By lowering activation energy. Okay. Now I'm giving you another graph. You have to describe the graph. Let me see if I have another one. Yeah, okay, got it. Copy. Okay, there is a graph given. Shall I send you a separate photograph for this one as well in the group? Okay, I'm sending. Now you have to explain this graph. Sent. Hmm. Yes, we have to start from zero. Now, the question is describe. Let me give you the question and explain this graph. खाना आ गया खा क्यों नहीं रहे let's start from zero at 0 degrees Celsius. GG is correct. Okay. Okay. And what's the unit? AU. Yes. AU. Okay. Uh, there's no need to mention the temperatures which are not given in the graph. Just mention the temperatures which are given in the graph, like 0, 20, 40, and 60. Okay? There's no need to mention 5, 10, 25. Just mention the temperatures that are given the graph. That is the description of the graph. Okay. It's around 1.25, yes. It's in the middle, 1.25. Yes. Yes. You can write 1.2, 1.3. You can write that. Okay. Okay. Let's say it's 4.5 AU. Okay. 4.5 AU. Okay. Yes, 4.5 AU. Okay, and what will happen? Then 0. Yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to explain describe the graph. You need to note down the points which you haven't mentioned. At 0 degrees Celsius, the rate of enzyme activity is 0.